Time, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes,
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
and Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
Big guy RJ just got up and got out of the studio, and the whole thing rocked. The table shook. Did you feel that, Big Sarge?
I felt it. Then he tried to deny it.
Yeah, I know.
We
He looked
saw
at me
you.
with shock and awe.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's lost some lbs, but it doesn't mean he still can't bang the table.
Yeah, imagine if that was Fat RJ.
I know, Fat RJ.
Wow, the whole thing would have went
Would have
up.
shook the whole room. I know.
This table, not nearly as sturdy as the other one, so you got to be a little careful when you do get up because it'll rock and shock.
And I'm a little concerned about OJ because all that he talks about is him in the paint, getting boards and stuff. He can't even walk around the table.
He does. He likes to tell stories about his like men's basketball.
Oh yeah, his exploits.
Yes,
And
they made it to
in
the
the gym.
finals apparently,
And the
but
seniors
took an
league,
L.
and he's playing against seniors.
No, it's 18 and up.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, seniors.
He can be a bull in a china shop, but do you think he can? In the paint, he's a force to be reckoned with.
I don't know about a force. I think he's chucking them. He's saying he's in the paint getting points. So I had to go one of his games and see.
Well, one of the great.
We should make an XL primetime trip to one of RJ's games. I would love that.
Oh, we could do a show there.
We could do that.
I
Absolutely.
do like that, but one of the great Lamb would always, the great David Lamb, may he rest in peace. He would always say his best line, he would cross half court and yell rebound because that ball was going up.
Yes.
Okay, he wasn't going to be shy about it at all. All right, welcome in. We got stories to tell today. A Wednesday, which means we have to admit 1, 2, however many things about.
I was ruined.
About what we were wrong about going back this past week or whenever. Sometimes things just pop up in your head like, hey, DA, hey, Dumas, you were so wrong about that. So we will get into that a little bit today.
I find that difficult, to be quite honest with you. We're wrong. Because I'm not.
You're not wrong very often?
Not very often.
The only time I'm right is when I admit that I'm wrong. Ask TLD.
Like that. I love
Lovely
that.
Diane.
Yes, absolutely.
She knows that one. That's for sure. All right, but it is a golf club of Southampton Wednesday. We like bragging on them. It's going to be the home of the Guggen next year, and of course the home of the 9 after 5 and Toys for Tots with our XLP Christmas and so much more. You can head on out anytime and enjoy a great round 2-8-7 play. This is what you might describe in the month of January as Chamber of Commerce weather. It is outstanding, and we should have it Sunday when the Bills come calling. And the Mafia, they've got a reputation. They're going to come storming in to Duval, and hopefully there aren't as many of them as there are of us, okay? It's us against them type of mentality inside the bank.
I'm going to say Junior Mafia.
Yeah, there you go. I like
Great
that.
rap group.
Yeah. Well, you picked up on that. I like that, JJ.
I, unfortunately, did not.
Very 90s.
Very
Okay.
90s, yeah.
All right.
Good times. Good
I was
era.
listening to Green Day and Third Eye Blind and all that
Yeah,
stuff at that
exactly.
time. Yeah, all right. So the matchup.
Which, by the way, Third Eye Blind performed at halftime.
I loved it.
Was it an NFL game or the college football
was,
game? I can't even remember. I think it was one of the NFL games on Saturday night.
Yeah, it might have been the I'm trying to remember. Anyway, they popped up. That sounds right. And
Or was it Third Eye Blind? It was one of those like 90s bands.
It was definitely Third Eye
okay.
Blind.
You know what it was because
Yeah,
my wife was in
Semi-Charm.
there and I'm like, oh, Matchbox 20 is playing. She's like, no.
yeah, Semi-Charm
Close.
Kind of Life.
Yes.
Which is,
Great song.
Okay,
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind. Give me a song that they sang so I can
right there.
do my research.
Semi-Charm Kind of
We're going to come back
Yeah.
from break with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll know it.
All right, I'll know it. Okay.
And just for what it's worth, Frange finishes with that one. You'll hear that kind of the instrumental part of that one with his show quite often. So, all right, we got so much to get into. And look, it's hump day. We get closer now to the kickoff Sunday at 1 o'clock. Can't wait. The one thing that we were just talking about with the handoff with Jaguars today and those that are down at the stadium at the Mecca right now observing practice, Demetrius Harvey from the Times Union put out Jaguars not at practice, Cole Van Lannon, Jarian Jones, and then in non-contact jerseys, Buster Brown, Greg Newsome, and Danny Strigo. So that's 3 in the secondary that are either not there in the case of Jarian or in non-contact in the case of Buster and Greg Newsome.
No, it's Wednesday.
I know. I agree with you.
It's Wednesday. I mean, at this point, you trust those guys to be prepared for this game and maybe not physically be there.
Right.
But now, if it's Friday and those guys are not there, then I'm a little concerned.
Sure.
But Wednesday, I understand what Wednesday.
Like even last week, Josh Allen with the foot, and no one really knows the severity of it, but he made sure that he was out practicing at the end of the week like you're talking about, then went under center, took a snap, and then took the rest of the game off to rest the foot. But he was not listed on that injury report at the end of the week.
Yeah, but at this particular time, this late in the game, in the playoffs, you trust the guys to the point to get mental reps. All right, not as much physical, because all the physical stuff is pretty much behind you until you play on Sunday. Most of the stuff you want to do is just technique fundamentals, mental gymnastics on how you're going to approach the game and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, well, they've earned the right to miss some practices.
Yeah, especially
down the stretch.
This late. You'll already go through the rigors of a training camp, a 17-game schedule, an 18-week schedule. And now, if you need to make sure that you're on full when you get to Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Simple as that. All right, we're gonna relive Buffalo v. Jacksonville moments, the good ones, of course. When Big Surse and company went up there in 1996, early 1997, and took care of business, beating the Buffalo Bills, shocking Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith and company, and then on their way to Mile High for a Mile High upset against Denver. So that is certainly a memory worth reliving. We'll definitely do that with Big Surse as we go along today. And then, of course, the game here, a playoff game here, where the great Ben Koyak. We need to try and get him on, JJ, if we can find him this week. That would be great. The lone touchdown producer for the Jacksonville Jaguars in that game, which led to a win. So that in the college football playoff. Matt Hayes is in Glendale, Arizona. So normally we have him right here in the 1010XL palatial settings, but he's in Glendale in the desert. And so we'll say hello to him coming up in just a few minutes and break down the game we talked about a bunch yesterday.
Now, did you see where he was eating last night?
Yeah. Crunchy
in the
tacos,
desert.
Man.
Yes. Which, I mean, that's as close as Mexico you can get.
You better believe
he was
it,
at
bro.
a restaurant. He said they only, now this is a conversation going back months.
Acknowledge and pay attention.
But they only sell crunchy tacos.
Yeah.
Which goes against everything I've been led to believe
and
about Mexicans and tacos.
Right. And look, if you do go south of the border, you're going to find more original, authentic, traditional. But at the same time,
which is not flour, by the way. They're soft,
it's corn
but not
tortilla.
Flour, yes.
It is a soft corn tortilla. And this, by the way, a lot of these things we have to realize. My mother, 100% Mexican, God rest her soul, along with her 9 brothers and sisters that all came across legally. And Rudolfo and Carmen raised them right in California. But as kids, they made all their own tortillas, but it was always soft flour.
Love that.
And then they would make tamales, and they'd occasionally push out corn, but it was mainly flour tortillas. Hand-rolled, the whole deal.
So the crunch taco is American.
You got to throw that in some grease is what you got to do.
Yes.
It's American made.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's our influence, okay?
It's our influence.
It's
okay,
like
all right.
When JJ went over to Italy, it ain't the same type of pizza
Hell no.
that we get here.
Different.
But they did have, this was a lunch special, and this was at the Teepee, which in and of
Teepee,
itself
yeah, I love that.
is a great name. Mexican food with the burro holding on to, standing above the cactus. So you got the chili beef burro, you got the ground beef crunchy tacos, and then you've got the beef enchilada, and they also do feature a burger and fries right,
yeah, I love
right
that.
below that. But
for the kids.
it doesn't necessarily settle our soft versus hard.
Not at all. It
No,
reopens
it
the
does
argument. I would say this is a win for Joe, for sure.
So that means the tequila over there is real.
It is real. Oh yeah.
Way better than American.
And look, I like them all. The reposado, the añejo, the blanco. I like them all.
By the way, the TP I'm looking at the menu right now. The bull does have a nice tequila.
Oh yeah, the burro. Yeah.
He's holding
Okay.
it up.
Good. I love it. And listen, crunchy tacos, man. Love
By
it.
the way, inflation, man. 2 crunchy tacos, $11.25.
But I also
two.
saw, now this kind of tells you maybe the quality of the burger that you're going to get there.
$9.25.
The burger a bit
Burger and
cheaper than,
fries.
than 2 of those tacos. So, all right, there you go. All right,
We'll get a full review soon from
yeah,
Matt.
Big Surse has got a sauna story to tell coming up in just a little bit, so you got to stick around for that. But we got Matt Hayes coming up here in just a second. Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday. Don't forget, call 287-PLAY if you are like, let's just say you came out of New Year's, the whole holiday thing, and you were kind of at home with the family. You need to get out, man. Just call up, make a tea time, enjoy a full day out at the Golf Club of Southampton underneath that sun-splashed sky.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. Get in the huddle with 1010XL's QB.
All right, guys, let's make a play for 1010XL.
David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Start your new year off healthy. Get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, and kidney. Early detection is key with 5 locations across Northeast Florida. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor, lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus, straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
It's January in Jacksonville, so you turn on the shower knob expecting hot water. Comes up cold. That's a tough loss to start the day, but Duck Duck Rooter is here to turn things around with the new year, new water heater promotion. Duck Duck Rooter makes replacing that old water heater a winning play. Right now, get a new water heater installed for just $14.99 on select models with standard installation. Call now to schedule your free estimate and take the cold shower off the scoreboard. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
XL Primetime on a beautiful golf club of Southampton Wednesday. Joe C., Hurricane Hall of Famer Leon Searcy. He has Eddie O. scheduled to join us at 1 o'clock. So the great Ed Orgeron will join us and JJ hanging out. But we're missing Matt, but he is in Glendale, Arizona. So let's talk to our college football writer from USA Today Sports.
Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the College Football Playoff.
Oh, Papa Top, when you're watching Thursday and Friday night with the semifinal games, one in Glendale, Arizona, which is where Matt Hayes is holed up right now. Matty, how are you?
I cannot believe I'm missing Coach O. I'm very, very unsettled about that.
Yeah, I know.
Anything you want me to ask him?
Yeah. We could patch you in.
You probably could, right?
Well,
yeah,
but it'd be a little clunky. We're just going to ask him
yeah.
whether he's soft or hard as far as tacos go.
You can definitely ask him that.
All right.
How was
I
TP's?
have a feeling he's a soft talking guy. TP's was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I was looking at them. By the way, TP's is a legendary Mexican restaurant in Scottsdale.
And the home of the crunchy.
And I was looking at the menu, and it's funny. It says all tacos are crunchy. You have to ask specifically for soft. So I kind of took a picture of that and sent it to the boys because that's been our argument for, I don't know, months now.
It ain't stopping
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah.
It's soft. We all know it's soft.
It ain't stopping.
It's crunchy.
All right, let's get into some college football playoff talk. A day closer, kickoff tomorrow night. We did spend most of our time on this ball game between Ole Miss, Hotty Toddy, versus the Canes. So we need to slide on over to the other game just a little bit. But 24 hours later, what's it looking like down there in the desert?
Man, you've got two really confident teams. Both of them. I think we're going to have a classic game. Because, we can talk all we want about Miami's pass rush, but Trinidad Cham was, is a very dangerous, a very dynamic player. That's going to be a problem for Miami. There's no doubt about that. That doesn't mean the Canes are going to lose. I'm just saying I think it's going to be a terrific game, a fourth quarter game, and I think the Canes are going to do kind of what they did against Ohio State. But I think in the fourth quarter they're just going to start really leaning on the run game, and they're just going to run clock, and they're going to win a game just by being more physically brutal than Ole Miss.
Oh, I was just thinking the same thing, Matt, is that I think the game plan is that if you got a dynamic quarterback like Trinidad in the game, you run the ball and steal possessions away from him, do you not?
Yeah, you absolutely do. And then that's their MO all year. It's who they are. So I don't see them changing for anything, for a dynamic quarterback, for a hot team, or the following week against Indiana for a multiple offense. I don't see them changing anything. This is what they do. This is what the Canes do and how they are. It's funny, Leon. When I was talking to those players yesterday, it's funny. Fletcher, the starred running back from Miami, Mark Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
They all talked about the team meeting they had after the SMU loss, the players only team meeting, and he mentioned, "Am I the problem?" So clearly, Mario's got that in their head. The old Jimmy Johnson, "Am I the problem?" which we talk about all the time. And all those guys said that was the moment, that players-only meeting, where it was really just, it wasn't really screaming at each other. It was just, look, man, this is the problem. Look at yourself, and how can you be your best you? And I think that's fit for them. I think that's why they changed. I think that's why they got better. And clearly we've seen it with the Jaguars. It's just interesting now that kind of idea, that kind of mentality kind of transcends college football, the NFL, and how teams move.
Matt, that is totally Jimmy Johnson right there. Mario, we were in meetings when Jimmy used to tell us, "Don't let you be the problem." So he's carried that over from way back in the day to now where we are right now.
Yeah, it's impressive. These guys are locked in, man. And that's not to say the Ole Miss guys aren't locked in too, because they are. They want to prove that this is about them, not about Kiffin.
What?
And they're not saying that specifically because they don't want to make some kind of uproar in the middle of it. But clearly, that's what this is about. Clearly.
Yeah, it's like they don't want any lane talk at all. Honestly, that's how I'm treating this, or at least seeing it. But going back to Miami real quick, Matt, that game against SMU, if you ask me what was the problem, it was the yards they gave up to Kevin Jennings. Cat had 365 yards and a couple touchdowns. And you take a look at Trinidad Chambliss, who had similar numbers, 362 in the scores, 2 touchdowns, and, of course, the way he ran at the end. Just incredible without an interception that he continues a streak of over 130 passing plays. But Kevin Jennings undid the Hurricanes secondary, and it hasn't really happened since.
Yeah, I think it's what Kevin Jennings could do. That was probably Kevin Jennings' best game of the season, by the way.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of regressed. He kind of regressed this year. I think what he can do with his legs and his arm, the way he can put defenses in conflict by scrambling and then throwing accurately, which he didn't do in any other game, but he sure did against Miami. That's what they're going to see with Trinidad Chambliss, and I think that's going to be the issue for the Miami defense. And the defensive linemen, have been saying, look, we got to stay in our lanes. We got to be, know where we are at all times, or he can get around us, or he can get between us. And that's all fine and good, saying all that. But when the bullets start flying, it's a different story. It just is. So we'll see what happens. If they can prevent Trinidad Chambliss from escaping and making plays, it'll be a long, long night for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Well, I don't anticipate that, but I like your analysis. I think Miami. I think Miami's going to be disciplined in their lanes. I think the defensive tackle front is doesn't get enough credit for pushing it in the pocket. I think our linebacker core. I think the back end of our defense is. Listen, we were supposed to get handled with the 2 dynamic wide receivers from Ohio State. What were we going to do against them? So listen. I just think this. Of course, I've got the goggles on. Okay, I got the orange green goggles on. But I just think that this team is going to be disciplined. They understand the challenge at hand, and I think they're just going to play the way they've been playing, loose and free, and see what happens on Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Leon. And I'll be honest with you. I understand what Ole Miss did to Georgia. Georgia ran for over 200 yards against Ole Miss in the first game. They basically played just like Miami wants to play. They ran the ball, they threw off play action. And Ole Miss could not stop the run. Second time around, Ole Miss completely stopped the run. And that's what changed the game. So, can Ole Miss be a team that can stop the Miami run? Because if they do, if they can stop Miami from running the ball, or at least stopping that threat, then what? Then you got to put the ball in the hands of Carson Beck. And when Carson throws 30 or 40 times, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So that's their best chance at winning in this game, Leon, is stopping the Miami run game. I don't know that it can be done, but if they can, that's where you're at.
All right, let's spend a couple of minutes on the other semifinal and then maybe a little portal news. 10-point win for Indiana the last time they played the Ducks, and it was up in Eugene, home of Animal House. And so it was a big-time surprise that they were able to handle them. What has changed in your mind from the Oregon side, not the Indiana side?
Well, their star running back Davison's out, so that's going to be a problem. I also think that Oregon's better defensively. I think they're starting to figure it out. I think what happened in the first round game was kind of an eye-opener for them. Now, granted, they went against a Texas Tech team that was playing with a quarterback who was playing with a broken leg, and they were clearly limited. Barron Morton played his worst game of the season, he was zero threat, and that's going to be like a 180-degree difference from what they're going to face in Indiana. They saw that. Indiana dominated that game for 4 quarters in Eugene. They turned the ball over. They had bad penalties. And then finally, like late third quarter, they just after Mendoza threw that pick six, it tied it at 20. You could just tell they were like, no, this is not happening. And they went right down the field on like an 80-yard drive, and they ran the ball like 6 or 7 times. And they kind of imposed their will on Oregon, and then just finished out the game and won it easily. I think this game's going to be a lot like the Alabama game, believe it or not. I don't know that it's going to be as devastatingly bad for Oregon, but I think it's going to be a big win for Indiana.
Wow. I mean, they got bully ball.
They're just a better. I mean, they're a better team.
Don't make
They're
me
a
take
better
that to
offense.
Hard Rock again. Just making sure.
They're
All
a
right.
better offense. They're a better defense than Oregon. We talk about this all the time. They've got better players. They have the better players. That's what everybody has to start at some point coming to grips with this. Indiana has the better roster. And when Indiana and Miami play, I keep saying Miami's going to beat Ole Miss. I hope I'm not jinxing this. When Indiana and Miami play, guess what? Indiana might have the better roster, Leon. I know you don't want to hear that, but they might. So, I think at some point we have to all start embracing that.
So what is Dan Lanning? Listen, I watched that Indiana-Oregon game in Eugene where they were favored by 5 and got bully ball. I mean, if you're Dan Lanning, you got to tell this team they got to up their game as far as the physicality goes, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I don't think there's any question. And that's what they did against Texas Tech. They played really well defensively. There's no doubt they did, especially against the run. And that really is – I mean, I know we talk about Mendoza all the time. But the way Indiana runs the ball specifically with Hemby, again, a lot like Miami, it's physical, and it's between the tackles, and they're coming at you, man. Here they come. Stop it. Man, I'll tell you what, Miami and Indiana, if it happens, it's going to be a fun game because you've got two teams that basically play the same way. So let's all hope we get that.
Yeah, and the pass pressure that Indiana creates, the Hoosiers this year versus last year, it is 180 degrees from what it was.
So underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sacked Dante Moore 6 times in the first game. They could have had 10, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They missed at least 3 because Dante Moore is so good at escaping. It's so good at that one quick move that gets the defensive lineman off his stand. It's what they do. When you saw what they did to Alabama, they knocked out Simpson. I mean, defensively, the way they rush the quarterback it's impressive. It's absolutely impressive.
What do you anticipate?
And they're down.
Okay.
And they're down 2 starters from earlier in the season.
Yeah.
One end and one interior guy, and they're still getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. The Indiana-Miami game, because essentially they play sound defense. They run the ball effectively. Now, Indiana may
They're
ask.
both physical teams.
They are both physical teams.
They both want to just punch you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Mendoza has a little bit of the edge as far as what they ask him to do with the football, the Heisman Trophy winner.
I mean, imagine Mendoza going home to play Miami, the team that ignored him coming out of high school. And then the team that wanted him when he got in the portal, he said, "Nah, I'm going to go to Indiana." What about that storyline, right?
That's
I mean,
pretty good.
And then the storyline of Miami going back home to play a national championship. They haven't won a championship in almost 25 years. I mean, it'll be a great event.
The ticket prices already are outrageous.
I don't want to throw the kibosh on Ole Miss because that would be a great story too. But I just don't see Miami losing this game. I really don't.
Well, championships at Miami were undefeated. Just
in the game
itself. But Miami has never won a Fiesta Bowl.
Well, things have to change.
I'm just saying.
Things change.
And you like.
Yeah, they've had some bad luck here in the Fiesta Bowl. Actually.
Oh yeah. Ohio State, Penn State.
Don't
85-pick game.
Yeah, do you remember the Penn State
phantom
game?
Interference.
JJ, don't let Matt do it.
Yeah, do you remember the Penn State game?
He throws the funk on you, JJ.
All right, man.
All streaks must come to an end, Leon.
All streaks must end. You got that right.
All right, good stuff. We will talk to you mañana. You can check out what he's got going at Matt Hayes, CFP on X, and at USA Today Sports, and of course right here on XLP. Thanks, dude.
All right, boys.
All right, so he's out. We ain't going to quit the conversation when it comes to the college football playoff. We'll keep it rolling. Eddie O, Ed Orgeron will join us at the top of the 1 o'clock hour because it's basically LSU on loan right now. I've never seen anything like it. Baton Rouge allowing Oxford to borrow, and yet that's exactly what's happening. Rivals, okay? This would be like Auburn getting a new coach and then letting them stay in coach with Kirby or something like that. Not the arch rival, but Ole Miss and LSU, 2 pretty dang good rivals. Yeah. And yet that's what's happening. All right, we'll get into a little bit more of that coming up. Back to the Bills and your Jacksonville Jaguars with the wild card weekend, your AFC South champs. We'll break it down when we come back on XLP.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This is the kind of sandwich you don't rush. French dip at Firehouse Subs. Premium roast beef loaded with caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and topped with Italian seasoning. Stacked on a toasted garlic bread roll with hot au jus for dipping. For a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
The Jaguars are AFC South champions. How good is that? And we're not done yet. Sunday, January 11th, head to the bank as the Jaguars face off against the Buffalo Bills in the NFL Wild Card Round. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. So let's bring the energy for the biggest game in franchise history. Join the playoff action by visiting Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Happy New Year from Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It is 2026. Is this what you've been waiting for? Is the time now for you to drop the weight with Awaken 180 Weight Loss? Look, the time was right for me. I had to do something. I remember looking at myself in the mirror, just couldn't believe it, man. I was going down a bad path. Found out about the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss, started talking with a coach, and instantly I knew that is exactly what I needed. Awaken 180 changed my life. I lost over 100 pounds. Guys, take it from somebody that lost triple digits on this program. It worked for me. It will work for you. No shots, no pills. You do it the natural way with the terrific coaching of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or go to Awaken180weightloss.com and do what I did with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Four wide receivers set. Brunell is great on the quarterback draw. Instead, he throws it quickly to Smith. Touchdown! What a play!
And what a call by Kevin Gilbride. Instead of trying to have the guys work in and make Brunell hold the football, it's the quick screen. Basically, it's what the Atlanta Falcons ran so successfully against Jacksonville last week. It's just a step back, quick screen to the flanker. You got to be careful of your rush. Now all of a sudden, Smith just does a terrific job individually of breaking Matt Stevens' tackle and getting in the end zone.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Listen, one thing I remember about that quick screen was I was supposed to get my defender up the field, throw and go.
Uh-huh.
He didn't rush. So I stayed with him and just stayed out to play completely because I didn't want to disrupt it.
You didn't want to mess it up.
No, I didn't want to mess it up because the guy he didn't. If you watch it, he didn't pass rush.
Right.
He just stood there. And I was supposed to get him upfield, throw, and go.
Yeah.
But when he didn't rush, I was just like, okay, just stay the hell out the way.
I'll just watch the play.
So it was almost like a little bit of a zone on your read.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
So-
which is good.
Which is good, yeah.
And Jimmy Smith did not lead a semi-charmed kind of life. He led a.
Yeah,
a-
this
a-
is your song.
That was the song.
You ever heard this?
Yes, I have heard that song before. Yes.
It's
I didn't know that was.
it's about crystal meth addiction.
Is it?
Yes, but no one knows that.
Right. It's not like if you start looking at some of the lyrics and some of the songs you
Why
love.
is the
you're
song
like,
happy
whoa,
if it's about crystal
Yeah,
meth addiction?
because it was the 90s, bro.
Oh, okay. All right, man.
But it's still
Everything was happy.
Still a damn good song, and you get a little guitar going right now. Yeah, excellent.
The post-grunge era
Yeah.
of rock was like happy dappy because Nirvana and those bands were
I
so
love
not
them.
that.
Yeah.
So it was like the whatever.
Yeah, it was good.
So this was the
Great song.
anti-grunge.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they played. This was at the Orange Bowl, Oregon versus Texas Tech halftime show. Was this song was played?
Yeah,
That's what we were thinking.
Third Eye Blind performing live down there, but Jimmy Smith was performing live early in 1997, and like you said,
The songs or the song and the play probably came out at the same time.
yeah, probably, and it had that feel good to it, just like the song does. That feel good because Joe Theismann was breaking it down, and he basically said it, Leon. Kevin Gilbride, the offensive coordinator at the time, made the right call. It was one of those classics. Wherever you are vulnerable, that's where we're going to attack you. We're not going to try and be stubborn and go deep. And because Jimmy Smith was seen as the deep threat, yet all you needed to do was just find that open space, get it to him, let him do his thing.
Yeah, because initially, with Gilbride, it was verticals. But when his approach going into the playoffs is that we got to run the ball. So the running game is what set up those plays for Jimmy and Keenan because we established the ground game early and often in those games.
Yeah, and Natron did some work.
Oh yeah, Natron means business.
And James Stewart at that point I'm trying to remember, was he injured because he didn't really?
Yeah, he might have been injured.
Yeah,
because Natron got the total of all the carries.
Yeah.
Throughout the playoffs.
All right, so you got that. Many good memories, and we've had plenty of Jaguar fans that have chimed in that have been Jaguar fans for really the entire existence of the franchise. Many of them were up there in Buffalo for that game, or here when you came back from Denver, or maybe even made the trip out to Mile High. So there's still some great memories in the history of this franchise. That was one that you saw and referred to a bunch. You want to know why? Because you were trying to prop up Tony Vaselli for Hall of Fame status because it was when he dominated Bruce Smith. That's the game.
Yeah, he did.
By the way, Natron in that game, 31 carries.
And I love
175.
Okay, I was thinking
he got
James Stewart had one carry.
Yeah.
So he might have got hurt, right, at 0 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably got, but Natron got after it pretty good.
Yes. And it's funny because we're trying to, and you're trying to get Natron. I was trying to get James on because we've had him on before, just talking about the atmosphere, the electricity of the game, not necessarily that it was his big performance. But
Yeah, a lot of people don't know at that particular time when we played them, they were undefeated at home in the playoffs, 10-0.
They had that streak rolling.
Yes, absolutely. They had a streak rolling. So we came in there and gave them their first loss in a very long time at home.
Now they have the opposite streak. They haven't won a road playoff game since they beat the Dolphins in 1993, I believe.
I feel like Sean McDermott might be 0-5 right now.
Yeah,
I have
he's
to go back
never
and
won.
look. 0-4, 0-5, something in that neighborhood. And so now you take a look at the injury report, and you're looking at Max Hairston, one of their rookies that got hurt in the Jets game. Matt Prater, who got hurt in the Jets game with a quad. The kicker's been around forever.
Which, have you heard who they're bringing in?
Yeah, old UCF grad and former Jag, Matthew Wright.
The legend. Who can kick it about 40 yards.
And by the way, I think I have his numbers here. He does not have the big leg.
No.
He's
accurate, though.
He's not like Kicking Little, okay? Little name Bigfoot. But if you take a look at his numbers, let me see if I can find him here real quick. Not bad overall, just in terms of what he was able to do when he was kicking. But they're bringing him up, signing him to the practice squad. They've got Dane Jackson signed from the practice squad to the 53-man. He's going to come in and hopefully fill in a little bit for them, for their sake. Played in 3 games for the Bills this season. This team Liam Cohen, Grant Udinski, Trevor Lawrence, they need to scheme it up against guys like that that don't have as much experience in the secondary. They've got a good secondary, but you need to find the weaknesses, and you know it, Big. You need to attack those weaknesses. So some of the matchups that you're looking at right now when we're talking about this game.
One of the matches that I'm looking up right now is it's going to be particular. It's going to be offensive line, all right? The Russo and Bosa against our tackles. And right now, Van Lanen and your man.
Walker? Yeah.
Oh,
no,
Anton?
Anton Harrison on the other side.
I always forget his name. Anton Harrison. He's been playing well because I haven't had Dimitri in a very long time. So that I think that's going to be the key. First, with the offensive line, first establishing a good ground game because they're terrible, and then protecting Trevor on the back end.
Right.
And Russo has 7 sacks. Bosa's still a wily vet. You don't want those guys to be disruptive. So establish the run game, takes away the pass rush. I think that's going to be the key matchup going forward.
I feel like it's so important to make sure that the confidence stays with Trevor. And one of the main reasons the confidence has been there is because of how he has been able to operate, because of what you're describing. That for the most part, he hasn't had to fight for his life in the pocket. And he can operate and make the reads, make the throws.
Yeah, and he's confident in stepping into the pocket, and stepping into his throws and everything like that. As of maybe last year, he pitter-patter, move his feet, whatever. I think they've created a solid ground around him, interiorly and outside, to where Trevor can throw. And if he has to escape, he will. So I like that part, too, as well, is that he uses his leg a lot more effectively than he did in the past.
Yeah, it's got to be, I believe, a huge part of the success for this football team going forward. If they're going to play this one and win this one and move on, it's going to be in large part because the completion percentage is going up. The trips into the red zone turning into touchdowns is going up. And his ability to take off and run, improvise, not panic button run, design run, or, hey, this is the perfect time for me to make a play with my legs against man coverage, whatever it might be. See the back of the jersey, see the name on the jersey, you know that they're not, they're vulnerable, and you can take off and you can make a play. It may not be as big as a 15 or 20-yard strike down the field, but take advantage of those moments and make that defense think about you.
And he's running smarter.
Yes.
And what I say about running smart, he's not taking the unnecessary risk of getting hit. He's going out of bounds. He's taking the slides. He's taking the profit as far as how many yards he can take in man coverage, and he's knowing how to go down. I still don't like when he dives forward.
He did that a couple times just to make sure he moved the chain.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
At the very least, sacrifice. Like he didn't Baker Mayfield it. Did you see? Mayfield was taking on linebackers the other day. Like, bro, what are you doing?
That's why he's home right now.
All right, so here you go. Matthew Wright. How about being 29 years old and kicking for like 17 teams so far in his career?
Well, how about this year alone?
4.
So this will be his 5th because he has not played for the Bills yet. So he's already played the Jags once. It was for the Texans.
Okay, so 33 NFL games overall. He was in 4 games this season.
With 3 teams.
And so did he suit up for all in all?
The Texans, with Washington, and with the Titans.
Okay, all
so
right,
this will be his 4th team this year.
And then he's also played for the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Panthers, the 49ers.
Jags.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's beautiful. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Get bowl game play-by-play on 1010XL.
It's 2 teams looking for their first Fiesta Bowl win and a shot at the national championship. Miami and Ole Miss. Tomorrow at 7 on 1010 AM.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here for Blue Chew. And guess what? Blue Chew tablet isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code. Blue Chews provide access to chewable tablets that help you feel and perform at your best. Stronger, longer. It's like someone gave you downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. No awkward doctor visits and no uncomfortable waiting rooms. It's nothing worse when them nosy behind neighbors are looking at your packages and then asking you questions. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I got this. Blue Chew is simple. It's discreet and delivered straight to your door. And let's be honest, this isn't just for you. Give her group chat something to talk about. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. And guess what? I got a special deal for our listeners. Get your first month of Blue Chew on me. That's right. Just use promo code 1010XL and you pay $5 shipping. That's it. Head over to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Use code 1010XL, then just chew it and do it.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 7, 2003, Kobe Bryant makes a then NBA record 12 three-pointers, including 9 straight, in an LA Lakers victory over the Seattle Supersonics.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Cersei here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
It's the Happy Renewal Year sale at Renewal by Anderson. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. But this offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Just talking to a Gator great, and the Gators with a big win last night inside the O'Connell Center, the Exactech Arena, against the Georgia Bulldogs, who came in with an impressive record, impressive scoring, and the Florida Gators able to handle their business last night. So I'll have a little lit it up for them a little bit later on. But we've been talking Jaguar ball against the Buffalo Bills. We had a good time yesterday, Big Sirs, hearing from a handful of fans, and we'll probably strike this back up when we get to Friday and just maybe ask for a little more intel as far as what fans are doing. But we heard some classic stories about wearing the same T-shirt, fireball shots every time before the game, all kinds of stuff that they've been doing.
Cold plunge.
Yeah, the cold polar plunge into the pool. I got a couple of them that I want to go back and throw at you coming up in just a little bit. But they're digging it. There's no doubt about it. All of Duval, and either you're in the stands or either at a watering hole or in front of your television. Not everybody can make it in the stands, but as many as of you can. We know you are. The tickets are for a hot ticket. Just make sure there's more teal and black in there before.
You're talking about the
anybody else rolls in.
superstitions.
Yeah.
It seems silly till they work, right?
Yeah. That's the way to do it,
That's
right?
the way to do it, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I would think you told us about some of your superstitions in game, and you have done it as a fan. We have evidence of that because the man keeps bringing us lunch. He's got a cycle that he's on right now, and he will not get off of it because this team's on an 8-game win streak, which is just beautiful. But, yeah, so keep doing what you're doing out there, people. And we may ask for a little bit more of that when we get to Friday as far as the tailgate is concerned. This is not of that, but it's still worthy of that, if you don't mind.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
This fires me up as much as anything. After the game, Coach Campo confirmed that the flight plans, and you can put a flight tracker on him, he is coming into Duval. That's right. He's coming in tomorrow. He will be on the show for the entire 2 hours on Friday. Then we will fire up a Campo and Joe live stream show. He's so jacked. In the bank, in the press box. He's going to have to make sure that.
Now, are we worried that the Jags have been so successful since he's been gone, and now he's coming back? It's almost like Leon has to watch the Miami games from the cigar bar because he's 0 for 2 this year while watching at home.
I kind of wish you hadn't said that.
I'm just saying.
I kind of wish you hadn't said that.
He's good.
Because
Coach
he is so fired up right now.
Yeah, let him come in the house.
But
let him come in the house.
Here's what I know. At least he won't be reined in for his emotion in the press box because the retired columnist will not be able to report him to authorities. But he will come in.
I wonder if he has real tickets or if he's.
I believe he's press box bound.
Okay.
I believe. And Coach Duff is in there. And we have Coach Duff. We have Coach Ingram, and now we have obviously our. Well, he's the OG of our coaches on our show in particular. So Coach Campo rolling in.
Nice.
I would also like to think that the Bills media is less soft than the Giants media. I think, wasn't it the Giants game last time?
Might have been.
Like that. The Jets, maybe.
Yeah, one that he didn't have a whole lot of love for. He had more disdain than love. But again, the retired columnist was one of the first to report him, which was just.
Oh, it was local. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Wait a minute, they report you for.
Snitch.
He thought it was being a little too loud.
You know what snitches get, right?
Yeah, he thought it was a little too loud. All right, real quick, let's make this the 10-10 take, okay? Right now.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
It's hard to imagine there's a world where a guy can win just 2 or 3 and still have a job, and then a world where a guy who has had an incredible 18 seasons as a head coach, including a Super Bowl win, multiple playoff appearances, and he's out of work. But that is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. John Harbaugh, in a lot of people's eyes, shockingly, and other people's eyes, not as shocked. John Harbaugh out up in Baltimore, yet Aaron Glenn still has a job up in New York. And you can look around, and it's really hard to believe, hard to fathom that John Harbaugh, and I guess at the end of that game, Pittsburgh v. Baltimore, and this is one where we probably would all agree and where I would have to admit that I was about John Harbaugh, is that either team losing meant that team's coach and his job was in jeopardy. Because we would have said the same thing about Mike Tomlin had they lost that game. That's the 10-10 take. Will you agree with that? What was your first reaction to John Harbaugh being?
I was surprised. Absolutely, I was surprised. I mean, guys been there, had so much success, won the Super Bowl. You would have to think it has to be one or two parts. Either he's got issues with the GM or Lamar.
It might have just run its course.
We heard a lot about like Lamar going to sleep in meetings, and they hadn't been seeing eye to eye lately.
So that could be the conflict
That's
you're
so
talking
petty.
about.
He's earned that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. So it probably is him versus Lamar.
Yeah, it probably
is.
You probably have something to that argument. And Lamar clapped back and said, "Hey, I sit up front. I'm awake. Da 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 da." And
I hope that's not the case, really.
I agree.
Because I know Jimmy. Listen, Jimmy had favorites. Jimmy told you he had favorites. He said that Coach Campo even told us. He said there was a time where it was a second-year guy. who got drafted in the 7th round, fell asleep in the meeting room. Jimmy Johnson sent him home. And then there was Troy Aikman sleeping in the back room, and then Jimmy Johnson said, well, just go wake him up.
Yeah, exactly. And you can go to Phil Jackson's book and everything that he did to
Michael Rules.
Yeah, exactly. There were Michael rules and everyone else's rules.
Now, where do you think the landing spot is for Harbaugh?
Well,
he's certainly going to get a job immediately.
What's so classic is that they said
Atlanta?
more teams than teams with openings reached out to John Harbaugh.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea. And it doesn't mean
Might be the Jets.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it couldn't be the New York Football Jets to say,
Why
hey.
would he want that pressure?
Yeah.
I mean,
to Atlanta.
Go to Atlanta.
They got a
chill.
good roster.
Go to Arizona.
I'm just telling you, keep him out of the AFC South. Okay?
Yeah.
Because even though it did start to wither away, he finished 8-9, only the 3rd time that he has been below 500 in 18 seasons, but it's the 2nd time in the last 8 years. So it's kind of what y'all's point was, is that he's been there, but they haven't produced enough wins. And they have had, at times, loaded rosters. So anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later on. Let's get into Eddie O coming up here in just a bit. Ed Orgeron joining us on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford. Flipping flapjacks and football on your game day.
I smell bacon.
On the Terminix Kickoff Show. Live from Tailgaters Parking. Presented by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting. 5 hours before kickoff on 1010XL.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, JohnAutomotiveJacks.com.
Custom home builders, fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derails your schedules? Denny Thompson here for Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation, no hassle. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Home builders team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
Former Jags middle linebacker Tom McManus brings some grit to the ladies of helmets and heels.
You do it as tough as it is possible to do.
Tommy, Lauren, and Taylor. Backed by Green Law Group. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence was shaking and baking the opposition on Sunday. The Golden One recorded 255 yards on 22 completions and added in 3 touchdowns in what was a masterful performance. He doesn't want your respect. He just wants you to know he's that damn good. And he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2026 with a peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year's deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more. We're talking a competitive, guaranteed base salary with bonus opportunity, comprehensive paid training programs, and promotions based upon performance and top shelf benefits. It's all waiting for you. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers. Florida Home AC, equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. Pound Law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys. $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The good guys wanted to make a statement versus their opponents, and that championship defense would show they're made of the right stuff. In the second quarter, Antonio Johnson would snag an interception and take it 58 yards to the crib to give Jacksonville a 21-7 lead with 8:07 left in the half. The Johnson score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. Trevor Lawrence has been nominated for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week award after completing 22 of 30 passes for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Week 18 win. Lawrence's 131.9 passer rating was the second highest of his career. The Jacksonville Jaguars look to finish what they started as the road to the show begins on Sunday at 1 p.m. against the Buffalo Bills. Our coverage will begin at 8 a.m. with our kickoff show. 76 degrees at 102, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
All right, coming to the show right now is my D-line coach at the University of Miami back in the late 80s, early 90s, where we won multiple championships, and where he, as a head coach at 2019, took an LSU team to win the national championship. My guy, Eddie O. What's up, Coach?
What's up, Lee? Hey, great to hear your voice. Great to be on the show. What a fantastic time to be a King.
That's right, baby. We're looking good right now. In the Final Four. Took us long enough, but we're finally here.
That's right.
When you think about the matchup, Coach, it's got Eddie O kind of weaved all the way through it. Your days at Ole Miss, of course, at Miami, like Leon just described. How do you look at this matchup?
Yeah, I think it's tight. I really got to commend the job that Pete Golden did and Ole Miss did, that Lane Kiffin did of putting this team together. You know, they're physical, and their defensive line had a great game against Georgia, and a very, very talented running back, a talented quarterback. But, you know, we're up for the challenge because, you know, Mario has built this team from the trenches, and, man, what a dominating offensive line and defensive line we have, and a punishing running game and a punishing defense. It's going to be a great game.
Coach, as soon as the Ohio State game went off, that next day I text you and say, Coach, this defensive front reminds me a lot of the defensive fronts that I had to go up against every day in practice at Miami. What is it about this defensive front that you see that's similar to the ones that you coached at Miami back in the day?
Well, first of all, as you know, they're very talented. Bain and Mesidor are dominant. But the job that Jason Taylor has done of coaching these guys is phenomenal. And the addition of the two inside guys playing so good by Damian Lewis. But I really think if you look at the whole scheme of things, Corey Westerman came in, Leon, as you know, and did a phenomenal job of putting this defense together. They're in position. They tackle well in space. They make big plays, and they physical.
Coach, what essentially did he do mentally to these guys? Because these guys last year, Coach, this defensive front last year couldn't stop a nosebleed, but this year you bring him into the equation, and they're an attack-style defense, completely different from what they were last year.
Yeah, listen, I've been, as you know, Leon, I've been in many practices, and I watched their individual, and it's just like we were teaching them: attack, get up the field, knock them back, no reading, get off the ball. But the first thing that Corey Westerman did at the first practice, was make them do pursuit drill. Lee, you remember pursuit drill? Like, our guys hated that thing. But look, he made them run to the football, and he started grading lows. And then the next thing he did was string-out drill and tackling. I said, you know what? We're going to have us a defense. He taught the fundamentals just like Coach Johnson taught it.
Love it. We're talking with Ed Orgeron, former coach at Ole Miss, LSU national champion winning coach with the Tigers. We got to get into a little Lane talk as well coming up, but also the Miami Hurricanes deep in his heart as well. Go back to what you just said, Coach, about Damian Lewis coaching the defensive tackles and then a Hall of Famer in Jason Taylor. It just seems to me when you have guys like that with, let's just call it credibility at that position, that you can bring out the best in these players.
And smart on Mario's part to get a defensive tackle coach and a defensive end coach. Mm-hmm. And those guys walk in the room. you look at a Hall of Famer, and you look at Damien. He still can play, and they command respect. But the fundamentals and the expert teaching that those guys are getting on a daily basis is phenomenal. Just watch the pregame warm-up. Watch Jason Taylor with Bain and Mesidor, teaching them the same things that he learned, and then they go do it on the field. So I think it's just a great combination of both of them. But give the players the credit, man. They have been busting their tail, and they want to represent the U in the best fashion.
Coach, when I talked to Mario over the summer, the one thing he told me, he said, Big Sirs, these guys compete and practice like we used to, good on good, All-American on All-American, And I said, bro, that's a hell of a statement because our practices during the week were tougher than our games.
That's right. Green Tree, baby. Now, Leon, look, man, you know how much I respect. When I got to the University of Miami, nobody had to tell me how to coach again. First day I walked on Green Tree, that was it. I learned from Coach Johnson, and nobody had to tell me the intensity that you guys have practiced. But I'll say this to you. That big 61 Malago, and every day when I go to practice on Tuesdays because I like to see the hitting. And I see Malaga and Bain going against each other every Tuesday. They're the first ones up. That's the standard of Miami.
All right, so look at the total package. And look at what Trinidad Chambliss did this past week, Coach O. And he threw for 360-some yards against big numbers against a Kirby Smart defense. Can he do that against Miami?
I don't think he will to. I hope he doesn't. And look, I'm a Trinidad fan. I do believe that our pass rush is better at the University of Miami. I do believe he's going to have success. You're not going to stop that young man from not making plays. Ole Miss is going to score points, but I do believe that our pass rush and our coverage, our DBs have been playing phenomenal football. And that number one linebacker we got from Rutgers, Leon, that son of a gun is so fast and physical. And look, guys, I haven't played against Ohio State much. That might be one of the best-looking football teams I've ever seen. And we out-physical those guys. This is going to be a war, but I do believe Miami's equipped, not to stop Trinidad, but to be able to control it.
Coach, I think, well, I don't think, I know, Mario has the influences of Jimmy and Nick Saban. And the early Nick Saban teams, what they did up front is they wore you out with the run game, didn't ask the quarterback to do too much, and played solid defense. I think that's the playbook right now with Miami, what they've been doing the last couple of weeks.
You're right. Look at the last drive, Lee. Huh? Hey, wasn't that a piece of work?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that last drive, they went down 7 minutes. And, Coach Mirabal is a good friend of mine. And I text him I text him and the line coaches every game day, man, and tell them it's a big man's game. And Larry Johnson is a great coach at Ohio State, and Ohio State has some great linemen, as you know, and they wore their beyonds out. Now, give it to Mark Fletcher, and also give it to Carson Beck. I thought he played a phenomenal game, as you said, of managing the football game.
Couple more for Eddie O as we're talking national championship, the path with the semifinal games right now. when you think about it, Coach, what does it say about Nick Saban that all four of these guys, Kirk Cignetti, Dan Lanning, Pete Golding, and you can throw Lane in there if you want as well, and then, of course, Mario, that they are all Nick Saban disciples?
Yeah, phenomenal coach. Look, his methods, his recruiting, he's so smart, but he's so tough. I believe the SEC is hurting of not having Coach Saban there. It's obvious. Look, they're not the dominant conference anymore, and Coach Saban set the tempo for all of us. I mean, look, I knew at LSU that I had to beat Alabama every day and everything that they did. Was it easy? No, but we finally got there. And, when I grew up, it was Bear Bryant. I mean, that's just a tradition that Alabama has had over the years. But give him credit. And, again, these guys learned their system from Coach Saban and brought it to other schools and are having a lot of success. He's the architect, and there's no question about that.
Hit that note one more time, though. What the hell has happened to the SEC? Kalen DeBoer, it is nothing like what Saban was. Brian Kelly followed you and didn't get it done. What is going on in the SEC?
Man, hey, listen, guys, I hate to say it. And Leon, you're going to back me up on this one. I'm going to get in a little trouble. There's too many pretty boys on the sideline. I look at the sideline. It looks like a fraternity house. I mean, we got to get some men on the sideline. Let's go, baby.
I love it. I love it, Coach. Absolutely.
I think you might have hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so besides Miami, because I'm looking at Leon, I'm like, I know Coach O's picking the Canes, but who do they face in the championship game?
Well, look, the job that Cignetti did, and it might be one of the best coaching jobs ever in football, as we all agree. But, look at Oregon's defensive line, Tosh Lupoi, who I know well. Look at the job that they did in that football game. What a phenomenal job. So this is going to be a war. I'm picking Indiana, but I do like Oregon because of Tosh Lupoi's defense. I think it's going to be the Hurricanes and Indiana in the championship, and I'm staying with the Hurricanes the whole way, baby.
He likes the Canes.
I like them too, of course.
You ain't shocked, right, Leon?
No, I'm not at all. I'm still contemplating going. Coach, I'm contemplating coming to I'm contemplating going to the game, Coach, because I'm a little superstitious right now. My record is not good going to Miami Hurricane games, and this is too important. So I might have to stay home.
I got you. Well, listen, hey, I wasn't going to the game, but guess what? I'm loading this truck up, and my butt's getting to Phoenix, and I'm bringing hell with me, baby. Let's go.
So you are going right now? Oh, that's
awesome.
Yes,
sir. I'm going to the airport right now.
Okay, so
I'm going. You go ahead.
Yeah, no, I love it. You got to. So you are that fired up. You're going to go meet and be at the game and with the team.
I'm going to be on the sideline. I got two boys coaching in that football game, and I'm going to be there at midnight tonight, and I'm bringing hell with me. Let's go, Canes.
All right.
I love it. So this is the perfect time to ask this question because Matt Hayes, who normally is with us and loves visiting with you, he's out there, and there's a hard versus soft taco debate that's continuing on XL Primetime. Are you a crunchy or soft taco guy?
Look, man, hey, believe it or not, guys, I'm not a Mexican guy. I hate to say it. Look,
you're all Cajun.
Hey, look, but look, I'm going to bring me about 10 pounds of boudin on that plane. I'm having some hot boudin.
Big Vic brought me some back from New Iberia, so I know exactly what you're talking about there. That's awesome.
There you go, man.
All right, Coach. Safe travel, Coach. Tell Mario I said what's up and bring it on home.
Let's go, Canes. Let's go, baby.
That's right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Always, man. Always.
That's awesome. He said, I'm going to take boudin with me. I ain't worried about no hard or soft taco. Oh, it's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. When the hourglass runs out of sand, 1010XL puts time back on the clock. Hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter, flavored by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he's listening to the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
With tips and stories.
Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Every Saturday morning, 7 to 10.
On 1010XL.
It's January. You turn on the hot water, expecting steam, and you get let down. That's usually a sign your tankless water heater is loaded with mineral buildup, slowing it down and wearing it out before it's time. So Duck Rooter is kicking the new year off strong with a Start Fresh Tankless Flush. Their experienced technicians flush and clean your tankless system, restoring performance and getting you back in the game. Right now, get your tankless water heater flushed and cleaned for just $99. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Best Bet is number one. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one-card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Cassa Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm Mack with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's two things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's wild card weekend, by the way.
Got that right.
You got to have you some Wingstop, all right? And Wingstop has a promo code for you. Use the promo code JAX20. You get $20 off 100 wing pack.
And wild card weekend screams 100
Yes,
wings.
all day. Absolutely. Well, listen, we just had Coach Oger on. Love Coach O. Absolutely love Coach Show.
He is a fireball.
He is, but that's the kind of energy you need in your locker room, on your sidelines in big games. Mike, not as much. But Eddie O, yes, fiery. I mean, having that type of guy. Now, listen, I love Mike. Of course, he's my former teammate. But having that type of energy on the sideline when you're playing the game with the Irvins and the Rays and the Ogerons and that kind of stuff, man, you don't know what that kind of energy brings to those players. Because essentially, and I had the same thing. I was fortunate enough in my career at Miami that I played for 2 national championships in the Orange Bowl at that particular. My freshman year, I went out my senior year.
Yeah.
And we had NFL greats on our sideline there too, in our ear, talking to us. These guys are already in the league, and we respected them, and we didn't want to disappoint them.
That's a huge part of it.
That's a huge part of it because they laid down the legacy. You didn't want to be the class to lose a champion, that kind of stuff. So having those guys on the sideline, I know a lot of people look at it like they grandstand and they're bragging. No, those guys care about those kids, and they want them to have the same success that they have enjoyed.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
So that's why they come back. You got the Edgerrin James on the sideline. You got the Andre Johnsons on the sideline. That kind of stuff. They're walking up and down the side, telling the kids, "Hey, this, that. Stay motivated. Stay in the game." That's wisdom.
Yeah,
that is wisdom. And I'm sorry if other schools don't have those guys. That's not my fault.
Look, I look around and I hope that, like Florida, as an example, will do some of that, encourage some of that. You have had periods of time where they've done it, but Miami is an institution when it comes to guys coming back. At the very least, it's one of the most visible sidelines where you see the stars come back, and they flat out get it done. One of our nooners listening, he said, listening to Eddie O just makes your day better. I agree, man. He sweats enthusiasm.
He does.
And he is just one fun cat to hang with, that's for sure. And like you said, it's always a treat getting him on. And he's having a big time, and he's fired up and ready to go to the
here's the thing. If you think he's amped right now on the radio show, wait till he gets to Arizona. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I'm
glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa would never got past number 1.
Dang right, man. You dang right. He's taking Boudin to the desert, though. That part I love as well. And so if you listen to what he's saying, and what you have been saying really collectively as we all look at this bad boy, and you can't help but look at the fact that a Kirby Smart defense got thrown on for 360 yards, then got run on late in the game, stuff you never, ever could have imagined. But there aren't a bunch of Jalen Carters and Jordan Davises and Nakobe Deans, and you could go on and on and on with the guys on that side of the ball running around for Georgia right now. Look, I thought Georgia would beat Ole Miss. Okay, and go ahead and fire up. Because that's what I thought. And
I was rooting.
And Hard Rock Beck can testify to that.
We all were.
Right now. And so
I was wrong too.
I'm still blown away by that side of the ball. But I believe Miami's front, which is kind of what we all have been, the consensus is that it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to, Trinidad's going to be able to have the same type of success against them.
Well, he's going to be dynamic. I think he's going to be dynamic. What you're hoping doesn't happen, that he has the capabilities to beat you late. That's what, because down the stretch, some of those throws that he made on Georgia to put themselves in the position to tie or go ahead or kick the winner. I mean, it was incredible.
20 points in the fourth quarter,
exactly.
Right?
20
Which is
points.
unheard of.
That's unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Yeah, so that's what you hope. They run a tempo offense, a speed offense, a tempo offense, and it might restrict Miami in their ability to pass rush or whatever. So they got to be patient. The defense has got to be patient.
Listen to this. It blows your mind. Like we said, Trinidad Chambliss just happened, okay? He just happened. If Austin Simmons would have been good enough, or hadn't gotten hurt, you'd never know about Trinidad. Austin Simmons, by the way, is now a transfer portal guy. And so Trinidad's applying to come back to Ole Miss, and he's waiting to hear, and we'll find out what the deal is. But listen to the numbers, the way this unfolded, especially in the second half. And like we said, in the fourth quarter, which just blows your mind against Kirby. Chambliss completed 9 9 straight, including a 36-yarder on 4th down, 8-yarder to convert a 3rd down, 2 more passes, getting away from would-be sackers, and twirling. And, like, he made the whirly bird look cool. And the dude just kept zigging and zagging, and nobody had an answer for it. And it was incredible what he was able to do. 65+% of his passes. And since he came in, and we all know what happened earlier in the season, they were close to beating Georgia then, but he's had 8 300-yard games.
Yeah.
Whirly bird.
The whirly bird. That was just terrible. No, but the kid he's seasoned. I mean, when he was scrambling around the whole time, he's still looking down the field.
Yeah.
And trying to make a play.
In his eyes, and I tell you what, we have said this before. It's worth pointing out right now that Liam Cohen, in a lot of ways, has unlocked that part of Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in trouble, if you are going to do that, the pirouette play, if you're going to spin, if you're going to spin, your eyes need to be up and down the field, and it's now paying off for Trevor. He is looking down the field instead of panicking. But Pete Golding has now more playoff wins than Kirby Smart, and we're talking about in the expanded playoff. Let's not
the 4-team.
Right, exactly. Because look, Kirby's kicked tail. We all know that. But if you're just saying, okay,
yeah, Kirby has as many national titles as Pete Golding does playoff wins.
Yeah, has playoff wins. So believe me, I'm not trying to get this twisted at all. But it still kind of blows my mind. Now, if you just take college football playoff in the expanded field and just take a look at what Pete Golding has done, look at all the others that have. Kalen DeBoer has missed one and been to one, won one game, and now Golding has more than him. And you can go. Dabo hasn't seen a college football playoff since the expanded field. Now he's got natties, so he also has hardware, but it still kind of blows your mind. If you take a look right now, the records of these guys in the college football playoff. Nick Saban, as we know, is the GOAT, 9-5 in college football playoff games. Dabo Swinney, 6-5. Kirby is 5-2. Ryan Day is 5-3. The man we just heard from, undefeated, 2-0, Eddie O. Herb, 2-1. Jimmy Harbaugh, 500. He was 2-2. Franklin, 2-1. Was able to make it this past year, yet out of a job this year.
Mario 2-0.
Yeah, he is now. Mario obviously gets to he can make it 3-0 when this is all said and done. And Pete Golding was a guy that was told to leave Tuscaloosa, told to leave Alabama, and he went to Ole Miss and was the defensive coordinator and doing okay, but not great things. That side of the ball was pretty good for Ole Miss. They had Walter Nolan and a bunch of other guys there last year. They were pretty good, but here he is. He's putting himself in a position where they could win 3 college football playoff games and be in the Natty.
Yeah, because you would have thought with how they played defense last year and with your guy Jackson Dart that maybe they had the more complete team back then.
Yeah.
They're doing work now, though.
They really are. And they had a hell of a defense last year.
Yes.
Like you said, Jackson Dart. But this Trinidad kid, Winnidad as they're called him, he is on fire right now. And even though there's not a Walter Nolan necessarily along that front, that front is going to give Carson Beck some problems. If Mark Fletcher gets shut down, that will be the story, that front of Ole Miss. All right, you guys let us know what you're thinking. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Back to the Jags and the Bills. Sunday, 1 o'clock kick right here on the Superstation.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. You love sports. You live for the action.
He did it again!
Experience the excitement of the moment on 1010 XL.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this. Every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 100-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX20 and get $20 off. That's right. Carry on delivery. It's your call. Use promo code JAX20 for $20 off a 100-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family-owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Here's good advice from your friends here at 1010XL. I'm Frank Frangie. The next time you need to send a gift for a birthday, anniversary, wedding, or just for the fun of it, call the experts at Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers does it right.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my gold nugget is I know the hate that Florida and Florida State have for Miami being in the tournament right now, but never did I think that Georgia would come on the bandwagon of it. I was approached by some Georgia Bulldogs that do not want to see Carson Beck win a championship. And I said to myself, he's Duval. At least the kid's from Duval.
Yeah, root for him from a Mandarin point of view.
That part right there. I mean, I understand the school. He left Georgia, went to Miami. Now he's in the tournament. But the kid's from Duval. He grew up a Jags.
Plus, you guys got your 2.
Yeah.
Don't be
Exactly.
selfish.
Don't be selfish.
You got rings, hardware, the whole deal.
I was surprised by that. Yeah. I just had to take a moment.
If you've read anyone from our text line over the last year, you wouldn't be shocked by that.
Really?
There's some Georgia fans have been nasty, man.
Well,
there's definitely some venom from that.
Listen, I had some Georgia fans in the middle of the season say, y'all could have them. We didn't want them.
Exactly. We've gotten a lot of that.
Yeah, but they're
Look who's still standing.
They're on the hate train right now.
And the
You're
record,
better than that, Georgia.
Yeah, the record's the record. He only threw for like 130 yards the other day and ran for 20-some, but it was good enough to beat the defending Natty by 2 scores.
Yeah.
You talk about undefeated right now, though.
Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in hot.
He comes in fired up. He's auto-tuned from time to time, but he's got a good voice. He is Dr. George Bari. Gio! Fellowship trained under the renowned Dr. James Andrews. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Do you have you got a good singing voice? Can you kick it out every once in a while?
I will say this. In high school, my English teacher stopped as I was reading something out loud and said, George, you have a voice for radio.
He's remembered that ever since.
Yeah, it wasn't a face for radio. It was actually a voice for radio.
Well,
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
good.
it could have been a face for radio. He just wanted to be nice. He said voice for radio.
You know, that actually kind of launched my career. They said it, I took them seriously.
Yeah.
and I did it. All right, so Dr. George Bari, if you guys want to hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, you got a sports injury question, 641-1010. Jump in on the convo. The biggest thing right now is Josh Allen and his foot. And Gio, you and I were texting back and forth, and we don't know what's wrong with the dude. He got hurt, got twisted up in the Cleveland game. It was not an easy game for him or them. And then he goes into this last game, takes a snap, and then takes a seat because he wanted to keep his consecutive starting streak alive. We don't know how bad it is, but they're saying up in Buffalo that he's running without any hesitation.
So,
what do you think?
Yeah, we talked about this last week, and I feel like the past 3 weeks, besides this week, after every game, they say X-rays were taken, X-rays were taken, X-rays were taken.
Yeah.
Right? You don't take an X-ray unless something's going on, right? You're not getting an X-ray because he feels great.
Good point.
They keep saying there's no fracture, and we talked about before on the show on our Sunday show that sometimes you get an X-ray, there's no fracture, and then you get one a week later, and the fracture shows up because it's a hairline fracture, and you're getting some callus formation, so it starts presenting itself, and maybe that's what they were doing at first, but something, in my opinion, has to be going on with him for them to continue to get X-rays, at least before this week. They had it about 3 different times, and they kept announcing that the X-rays were normal, so. Maybe now it's fine, or maybe they got X-rays and they didn't mention it, or he's better now. I'm unsure. But at that time, I would think that something was going on to continue to announce that X-rays were taken.
So Tom McManus yesterday on Helmets and Heels, Leon said, hurt him if you can. Now, I know most players don't set out to injure a player, but if you can harass the hell out of him.
Yeah, I used to read the injury list, and if I had the guy I was going up against, and he had ribs, I would
give him a shot to the ribs.
We're all man's men, right?
But within the confines of the game, I'm not looking to do it, but I've got the information. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Do with it what you will.
So you think we're going to stomp on his foot?
No, but if you go down and you wrap him up and you happen to tackle,
twist it.
Well, a lot of things happens in the power.
Exactly. Now, go back real quick, Gio, before we get to any of the others from this game. Cam Ward goes down last week. He's knocked out of the game with a shoulder injury. You can guess that he could have come back if the game was more important, but AC joint sprain, no surgery needed for Cam Ward.
Yeah, so look, there's about 6 different types of AC joint sprains, and the AC joint is your acromioclavicular joint. And when you hear someone say, I have a separated shoulder, that's your AC joint. Different than a shoulder dislocation, which is your actual shoulder joint. This is your AC joint. And when you have a grade 1 or grade 2, you don't operate on it. It's kind of basically a sprain for all intents and purposes, and you give it some time and it heals. Trevor Lawrence had this issue, and he had surgery. I believe it was last season or the season before. I don't remember. So we are kind of familiar with that here. But the fact he doesn't need surgery is good. That means it's not a 4, 5, 6. There is a type 3, which is kind of in the middle where you can operate or you don't need to operate depending on what you do and how you want to go about it. But they immediately came out and said no surgery for him. So either grade 1, grade 2, he probably could have finished the game. If I had to guess, just inject some lidocaine in there and play if it was worth it or meant something for the team. for them, there was no point of putting him out there to get re-injured or make it worse for a game that was, in essence, to them meaningless.
All right, you were at the game. We were all at the game. Cole Van Lannon goes down. Matter of fact, a number of guys left the game. Greg Newsome, Jarian Jones, not seen. Or actually, let me make sure I say it
Did
correctly.
you hear Leon with his Duval before the game?
I was downstairs right in the middle of a hamburger.
My colleague.
Yeah,
Listen,
I can't believe I missed
My
it.
brother from another mother.
I texted him.
So mad at
I will say
myself.
this. I texted him right after it happened. I said, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And I didn't get text back. And I was like, oh, I can't believe. But then after the game ended, he texted me back.
Yeah.
So, here we go.
At the very least, Matt the Corona Cat videotaped it, and so I was able to visually watch it, and it got me fired up again.
Yeah.
Because I just barely missed you. The military man came in right after you, and that was the Duval that I heard. I'm embarrassed for myself, and I don't blame you.
Apparently, a lot of people don't know this. There's a lot of detail that goes into the Duval. I had people ask me, "You need makeup? Do you
seriously?
Yeah, for real. Do you need this, and that, whatever? Do you need to practice?" I said, "No, I got this." So the Duval's a big thing.
Wow.
It's a big thing. I hadn't done it in a while, so the production of it, I could appreciate.
You did look a little better on the screen than normal.
I did.
Well, he was ready to go. All right, from his position, Cole Van Lannon on the other side goes down with the knee. As far as practice goes today, not at practice, this is according to Demetrius Harvey from the Florida Times Union, not at practice, Cole Van Lannon and Jarian Jones. Non-contact, Monteric Brown, Greg Newsome, and Danny Strigo. So I don't think it's a panic button. We asked Leon about this earlier, but when you see the knee, you can't help but be a little concerned.
Sure, you're a little concerned, but I did read that he was walking
in the locker room
on the
afterwards.
sideline.
Yeah.
No assistive devices. Probably just tweaked it. I don't think it's anything to worry about. The fact that he was walking with no issues is a great sign. And by the time they figured out he's fine, we were, the lead was out of control at that point. No point of putting him back in and risking anything.
Yeah, makes total sense to us, that's for sure. All right, Matt Prater with a quad. We'll find out what he does. But they did sign Matthew Wright, UCF kicker and former Jag. So we'll see how it goes. All right, you guys got another sports injury question here because we're going to do Breaking Bones Sunday morning at 8:30. And if they miss our show, Breaking Bones, they can go find it.
Apple, Google, Spotify.
And check out BariOrthopedics.com from my man, Dr. George Bari. If you got any aches and pains, he can take care of it. Gio, thank you, bro.
Thanks, guys.
We keep it rolling right here on XLP.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
It's now time for our halftime trivia with Jeff Prosser. What's hiding in your air ducts right now? A, dust and allergens. B, mold spores. C, last season's popcorn. D, all of the above. If you guessed D, you're right. So call Lloyd's Heating and Air for a new system and get 50% off duct cleaning. Residential and commercial. Family owned, trusted by North Florida. Dial Lloyd's Heating and Air or visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and with Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Trevor Lawrence, more or less than 220 passing yards. LeBron James, more or less than 27 points. It's just that simple. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play, and you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. Or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you place $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you place $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Lee from the logo. Hauk walled off. Skip pass. Clapshot wide open. Dagger. And here comes Lee. 3-on-1. Condon with the exclamation.
Wow. Alex Condon with the double pump.
I tell you what, in the end, Florida's trying to figure it out. We all know that. They are the defending national champions, but they at times do not look like it. But defensively, they will wear you down. They did that against Georgia last night. Ended up pulling away 92-77. Condon, you just heard one of the highlights. It came up with 21 points. Thomas Hauk with 21 points as well. Number 10's the best player on the floor. And you got to deal with Boogie's up and down, Lee's up and down, but who knows? Maybe they'll get it. They're being measured against arguably the greatest guy with the ball in his hand that Florida's ever had in Walt Clayton, and so it ain't easy.
I saw they were a combined 0 of 7 in the first half last night.
They were not that good.
Yeah.
But then when Lee did hit that shot, you're like, there it is, man.
A long three.
Yeah. And so you want to get a little bit more of that if you can. That's for sure. They lit it up last night. American Electrical can light up your world as well. Residential or commercial, make sure you check them out. American-Electrical.com. And if you want to light up your career, especially at the beginning of the year, you kind of do a self-eval. You can look into what they've got going with their training, because they definitely could set you up with a career that no one can take away from you. All right, so the idea going into this weekend, Big Sirs, play off of that. You want to make sure that you do something that no one can take away from you. Trevor Lawrence's comeback against the LA Chargers, no one can ever take that away from him. He did it. They did it. And that's really kind of what you have to be thinking about, that you and many others that get to relive the memories of playoff ball, your national champions. They can never take that away from you. That's kind of how they got to lock in.
Yeah, but we don't want to see that, Trevor, in that game, this Sunday.
Oh, no.
No, we don't.
Correct.
We don't want to see that, Trevor. We don't have to go through the ordeal of being down 27 and having to come back and win the game with that. No, just hey, you got an opportunity, and you don't want to. You want to seize the moment, because getting to the playoffs is tough, bro. Winning football games in the regular season is already tough enough. So if you win enough games to where you have the opportunity to play in the playoffs, make the most of it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's not easy. And I know that fans look back, but it's not easy. I was fortunate enough to play 11 years and have 8 of those years, straight years, where I played in the playoffs. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I never took it for granted, because I knew how hard it was. So just relax, You're at home. You got a good team coming in here. Do what you've been doing the last 8 weeks. You've been playing top. You've been executing at a very high level. Been taking care of the football. You've been running. You've been passing. You've been tackling. You've been turning over, strip sacks, interceptions. Just be who you are. If you just be who you are, everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, and they right now have proven that they are looking the part. They're getting recognized from the outside world that this is legit. Don't let it go to their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still figure out a way to play that classic chip on your shoulder and see what you can do with it. But I love all of our really our prime timers, our nooners, and all of Duval and beyond that listen to this show are digging in on this game. Kyle shot us a video earlier. He said, I've been doing this for every Jags win since 2017, rain or shine. And dude will jump in his lake in his backyard with his dog chasing him. The dog maybe smarter than Kyle because he stops right at the edge.
Stays on the shore.
He stops right at the edge of the pond. He is not going in that lake because there might be, who knows what's lurking in the water.
Yeah, the guy said water's getting colder and colder.
But I said, bro, that is some serious, and I may have to get the barbecue in on this one, but that's some serious devotion. Because that's what, to be that devoted, to jump in the lake every single time the Jaguars have been winning since 2017. He said, water's starting to get pretty cold. No matter the weather, I'm committed. So we give him nothing but love. We salute all of Duval.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So Lauren Brooks joins us now, and the dude will jump in the pond.
I love it.
Yeah, and he, look, all these guys have serious traditions, not just guys, gals as well, but whatever it takes just to keep it going.
Superstitions are real.
Yeah.
Because that's how we feel like as fans. That's how we do our part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we can't run out there on the field and tackle somebody, so we have to keep our same traditions. And yeah, I understand, but maybe a wetsuit next time?
Maybe, because he said it is getting colder. But
Yeah.
I have my own proven winning formula.
Okay. Home games or away games, because they're totally different for us.
Well, it's any team I pick to win will lose.
Okay.
So it is a proven formula, and I certainly have the evidence to back
So
it
you're
up.
picking the Bills.
Yeah, so that's probably what I will do, just to do my part.
And then are you picking the Canes or are you picking the Rebels?
I don't know. I'm not telling these two yet. All right, so what's coming up?
Well, loved listening to Eddie O join y'all. Always love hearing from Ed Orgeron. And when we are going to have Rick Neuheisel at 2:35 to talk some college football. And then we will have Sal Palantonio at 3 p.m. to talk about the playoffs.
Yeah, Sal's always fired up, too, as much as Eddie O. He loves the game of ball, that's for sure. All right, we'll be
Don't
listening.
we all, especially this time of year.
Oh, yeah. Sal Powell will get fired up.
But yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Helmets and Heels coming up next. We are done. The Golf Club of Southampton. We say thanks to them. Don't forget 287 play if you want to head on out, especially if you are coming in for the ball game. Make sure you get on out. Enjoy 18 holes of golf at the Golf Club of Southampton. Great conversation with Eddie O. Appreciate Lee setting that up. I call him Lee every time we have Coach O on. And that will be on demand at 1010XL.com if you missed any of it, that's for sure.
Or YouTube.
Yeah, or YouTube, exactly. Go back and watch the show. You can stream the whole thing. Just go to YouTube and search XL Primetime. Big Sirs, Joe C., JJ. We'll talk to you manana.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI defense firm on 1010XL.
Looking for a dealership that treats you like family? Come to